Hello, everybody. Good evening. It's Jeff, aka Godless Scummer. How are you all doing tonight? Hey? Well, I ain't doing so good. I guess I'm gonna have to say right off the bat that this is unplanned. I don't really have a script or anything for this, or a formula of how I'm gonna do this. So I don't know how it's gonna come off. Secondly, I have got to give trigger warnings to everyone that some of the things I am going to be speaking about in this are quite heavy. There's going to be some words, some language. It's quite that touches on some pretty shitty stuff. And if people don't feel they can stick around for that, I understand. Okay. Now, as a general rule, I don't like to do things about flat earthers on my channel. I've touched on it now and again. I about a year ago I covered a FE call when they were trying to use copyright strikes to shut down debunkers. I covered that, and earlier this year I had a little bit of fun with Nathan Thompson after he got arrested. But it's not something I tend to delve into. I'm not a debunker. I leave that to people who are far more qualified to get into that than me. I dip my toes in it now and again, but it's not my thing, really. But there's been a little tendency, because I do watch some of the flat Earth debate kind of things, and I've been noticing this little tendency amongst prominent flat earthers recently, and their bullshit needs to stop. And I just felt the need to come on and have a fucking rant about this because it's pissing me off. I'm almost half expecting YouTube to maybe take this down after a while, but we'll start with one Daniel Pratt. Now, this is a guy who probably just well known for coming on and making incoherent rants in his basement. But anytime like he's, like a debunker or something, knocks his video, he has to resort to calling people pedophiles. He's done that to Fight the Flat Earth. He's done this to Team Skeptic. He's done this to Irish Demon. In fact, he's gone so far with Irish Demon at one time that really he needed his channel. The authorities need to be called on him. Actually, it went that far. Some of the shit he said, he really crossed the line with Irish Demon. Then we get Anthony Riley, aka Sleeping Warrior, the current reigning dumb fuck of the year. He's actually proud of winning that, by the way. But he sent a message to Conspiracy Cats recently, and he said, quote, "You like soft pussies, don't you, cats? Younger the better. You can defile them far easier when they're young and innocent." Yes. Now, again today, come to find out, another noted piece of shit, hip hop hippie, As again, this involves Irish Demon. He again is was using those words. Now, I don't. For those who don't know, as well as like getting the flat Earth stuff, Irish Demon, has actually been involved with catching predators. So it's hip hop hippie then comes in, says, and has a go. And then I find out some other got flat earther I have never seen of, never heard of this guy before. Someone called Kim Drops, never heard of this guy before. He is now saying similar stuff about MC Toon. Now, again, I'm sorry about the sort of triggering content with this, but flat earthers, seriously, the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck do you have to go to that when you don't have an argument? Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now, any of these guys I've mentioned, Irish Demon, MC Toon, Fight the Flat Earth, Team Skeptic, they're all big boys. They don't really need me to come in and white knight for them at all. They can all handle themselves. But it's just a little tendency I've been seeing going on amongst flat earthers at the moment. They got to do this. Now, it's been noted sometimes that I tend to drink on streams. Now, yeah, I often do, because sometimes it's a bit of my social life at times, coming on here and relaxing and having a drink. This time I'm opening up a can because I think I need alcohol to get through this shit. It's kind of one thing when they call us shills and stuff like that, or globe heads, whatever. Okay, fair enough, whatever. But why? It's almost like the Godwin's law kind of thing. Whenever someone's got to throw Hitler in as something when they don't have an argument, and they just go to the most extreme. It's almost like that. They've got to go and resort to calling people the worst thing imaginable and putting it out there. Now, we can argue here that, okay, they're a bunch of bloody flat earthers on the internet. Who listens to them? Okay, fair enough. That'll be a fair enough assessment. However, I'm going to tell a story that a number of years ago I did a little bit of volunteer youth work once, and I had a grossly false accusation made against me at one time. Now, it didn't get anywhere because the accusation was demonstrably bullshit, and there was witnesses and CCTV footage of the whole thing, so it didn't go anywhere. But I know what it's like. I know the kind of stress that caused me. That caused me a lot of stress, and it is not a nice thing to be called. Now, I mean, especially in a case like Conspiracy Cats, the guy's a teacher. Okay, now I don't know Cats that well. I've been in a stream once or twice with him. Cats is a nice guy, genuinely a nice guy. He's way nicer on a lot of these flat earthers as well than a lot of the debunkers. You don't say that about someone who teaches kids. You just don't do it. I mean, and especially you, Riley, if you ever listen to this, someone who's supposed to be a expert in legal matters, look up the terms defamation, slander, or libel. Okay, look them up if you're supposed to be a fucking legal expert. Sorry, I'm needing to take a pause for this. But seriously, and I should preface this that this is not all flat earthers, but because this is a number of prominent ones here, I just felt the need to just come on and get this shit off my chest, quite frankly. Now, not all flat earthers are like this. Now, there's a guy, some people in the community may know Chris Attlee, atheist pastor. Right. Now, one of his best mates, a guy named Bobby, is a flat earther, and he's been on I've been on a couple of streams with this guy. Now, I don't agree with him or nothing, but Bobby engages nicely. He can be really nice about it. He's not gonna. He doesn't. He don't even start calling us blimmin' globehead shills or anything when we disagree with him. Let alone what the likes of Riley, Daniel Pratt, Hip Hop Hippie, and this other fuckwit who I've never heard of have started doing. Seriously, it's Flerfs. They need to knock this shit off. It's getting, it's getting ridiculous now. It is getting absolutely ridiculous. Now, Irish Demon did has done a couple of streams. He did a stream earlier today about this. Now, I very much echo the sentiments of Irish Demon in this. That this shit needs to be stopped. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of flagging all these channels or anything. I would never tell people to go and do that, but enough's enough. Flat Earthers need to knock this shit off. And yeah, never again. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with notifications. I am getting this shit off my chest. It's just pissed me off a bit, and I just felt the need to come on and have a little impromptu fucking rant about this because it's going too far. Now, I don't know what it is with some. I don't know what it is in the mindset of some of these people who are into conspiracies or whatever. Well, some of them have to be such goddamn assholes. I mean, the last guy I had any interaction with was and I don't even like mentioning his name, but he's a guy named Validation Boy he's also a flat earther, but he's got some just puts ridiculous shit out there, and he's got a really disgusting attitude towards women. And he actually came into the comments section of one of mine videos once, and because when he was doing something that was after I just tore into one of his videos when he was saying that the should we say the current cafefe or whatever is a hoax. It was a hoax designed to sell Corona beer. Okay. Now that fuckwit came into my comments, and I actually even challenged him at one time to let's go on a neutral platform. I'm no expert in debates. I'm no expert in debunkers, but I could rip you a new one. I could absolutely fucking rip you a new one. And I do agree, Laura. It is sorry, Laura, Linda. Why don't I say that? I do agree with you. It is getting a boring and stupid topic. It really is. It's kind of fun to sometimes listen to. It is, but I almost think they know now that they've got no arguments left, and they are just resorting to this. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I was going to say that yes, Validation Boy wimped out of ever talking to me on a neutral channel, but having listened to some of his other shit, I would kind of rescind that offer anyway, because he's not someone I just comes in impression he is not somebody I want to talk to, because he's just an asshole. And this is the problem. A lot of them now. I almost wonder whether you flat earthers are going out there and being deliberately fucking assholes so they don't get platformed anymore, just so that they can't get their shit rammed into them by the debunkers time and time and time again. Yeah, it's beyond. But this is a current little trait I've noticed going on amongst them, and it is completely out of order, and it needs to fucking stop. You know, like you'd be a bit more like this guy Bobby who I was mentioning about. He can at least engage civilly, even if I find his ideas kind of ludicrous. He's a nice guy. You can have a conversation with him. There are Flerfs who can you can have a decent conversation with. Unfortunately, and actually, I'd even say to perhaps some of the other people in the flat Earth community who are willing to have a decent conversation with you, call these fuckwits out. Call them out. Call the bloody Rileys and the Daniel Pratts and Hip Hop Hippies, Validation Boys of this world out for their bullshit. Or the goddamn Nathan Thompsons who you know, who actually, I mean, Nathan Thompson, a guy who actually got arrested outside of school. Now, I am not suggesting for a moment that he is what they, what a pedophile. He's not. Was he preying on children in a certain way? Yes, but not in that sense. No, I want to be very, very clear about that. It has just gotten ridiculous now. I mean, I've watched it enough, even on some of the sort of debate channels. Now, like I occasionally watch FTFE and Team, their channels, right? Yeah, they do enjoy a goddamn dumpster fire on their channels. Don't get me wrong, and they'll admit that they do. They'll admit they fostered a dumpster fire a bit, and they can give as good as they get with any of these guys. But I've seen a whole number of these people just come on, and they don't even bring arguments anymore. They just come on and be assholes. Yeah, Rad Vlad, I'm talking to you if you ever watch this. And they get themselves into a no, he wasn't. Ex Penguin, you are correct. He wasn't arrested at the actual school, but it was reported, and he was arrested later. You are right, and then, of course, the idiot live streamed it. Yes, you are correct. But enough's enough now. It's stupid. It is ridiculous. It is completely out of order. It is a disgusting thing to call somebody. And one other thing as well, you keep throwing that, more and more you keep throwing words like that about. It's the same issue I have with people who throw terms like Nazi and fascist around loosely, that it lessens the impact of that term when you throw it around just loosely at people because you've got a goddamn disagreement with them. It lessens the goddamn effect and impact those words have. So that's another thing to consider. Think about that. Hi. Now, I've been going on for, I don't know, a little over 15 minutes or so. I didn't have a real plan for this. I just wanted to come on and have a fucking rant and get this shit off my chest because it annoyed me. It fucking has annoyed me. Now, I forgot to put some of the links in the description. I might put it in the comment section. People know FTFE and Team, MC Toon. Irish Demon's not as well known. He is well worth a sub. Go check his channel out. I'll probably put it as a pinned comment or something a bit later when I've calmed down. Now, I do apologise if some of you coming on to watch this and just wanted to get away from the whole US election thing and hoping for a bit of a lightening of the mood. I did warn you that was not going to, I did sort of say this was probably not going to happen on this. However, I will just say, my friend Critical Cripple, he's in the chat. He's got a live stream coming up in about a little over 3.5 hours. He's doing his critical question stream. I won't be on there tonight, but it's always a good stream. So if you do fancy something a little bit light-hearted later on, please go watch Dave. Okay, should be a lot more fun than this, I'm sure. Okay, I think I've come on and I've got this shit off my chest, which is just what I wanted to do. It's been a long time since I just come on by myself on anything, just fired up the camera and gone. But certain flat earthers have really pissed me off. And I'll just say it one more time. You need to knock this shit off. It is fucking disgusting to talk about people in such a way. Yes. There's the link for his stream later. Please go check him out. I'm gonna sign off now. Thanks for everyone in the chat. I'm sorry I've not been interacting as much because this was just me coming on and letting go. Needed a vent, and I just thought the only place I've got to vent about this is to my goddamn camera into my YouTube channel. I don't really like talking about flat Earth. I prefer more sort of fun content. Normally, myself and Hissy from Hissy's Hideaway, we take it in terms. We do little streams where we review Asterix comics books every week. Come and check one of them out. They're generally a bit more fun. Generally, a little more light-hearted. I mean, okay, not always, because sometimes there's like the one we did last week. But I want to do stuff. I'd like to do stuff that's a little more fun or a little, But I just sometimes you got to call certain people out and you got to get shit off your chest. So okay, this has been Jeff, aka Godless Scummer. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I don't know how long it's going to be before YouTube puts the kibosh on this because of some of the language I've used in this video, but we'll see. Okay, see you all later. Salute.